Welcome to Engaging Recapped. The film opens soon after Superman, Henry Cavill, and Doomsday kill each other. Superman's demise scream echoes all through the world, igniting the power of the mother boxes in the stone home, Atlantis, and in Themyscira. The Amazons witness their box crack, and they go to inform Sovereign Hippolyta, Connie Nielsen. Bruce Wayne, Ben Affleck, rides a horse through Iceland until he arrives at a town where he hopes to track down Aquaman, Jason Momoa. He enters a bar where he finds the man himself, Arthur Curry. Local people think Bruce is ridiculing them by talking about a man from the ocean who visits the town. Yet after Bruce flaunts his cash to Arthur, they step outside to talk. Bruce is gathering together his team after Superman's demise. However, Arthur cares very little about joining. He gets back to the sea. While the local women sing a traditional Icelandic song, Bruce gets back to Alfred, Jeremy Irons, to tell him Aquaman said no to him. In Smallville, Martha Kent, Diane Lane, is vacating her home with her dog Dusty, since it was foreclosed. In the meantime, in Metropolis, Lois Lane, Amy Adams, is still grieving Clark and visits the Superman memorial consistently. In London, a group of terrorists attack a museum and kill off the watchman. Prior to taking hostages, they intend to set off a bomb that will obliterate 4 city blocks. As they set up the countdown, Diana Prince Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, is waiting on the rooftop. She jumps in and fends off the terrorists until the leader targets a hostage. Wonder Woman diverts the bullet with her gauntlets and afterward uses them to destroy the leader. She then, at that point, comforts the kids at the scene. On Themyscira, Hippolyta joins the Amazons in the sanctuary where the mother box is kept. Later on, it seems to shut down. A portal then descends, bringing Steppenwolf, Siren Hines, and his multitude of parademons through. They fight the Amazons to collect the box. However, Hippolyta snatches it and runs out as the Amazons sacrifice themselves to seal the sanctuary and bring it crumbling down off the edge of a cliff. Before Hippolyta can grieve her sisters, Steppenwolf and the parademons fly toward her, and she runs with the box. Steppenwolf pursues Hippolyta through the field and kills more Amazons that try to stop him before he causes Hippolyta and another Amazon to fly off their horse. He takes the mother box and taunts Hippolyta again before he retreats. Hippolyta then, at that point, advises her general to light the ancient fire in the temple to warn Diana. At Star Labs, a parademon goes searching for the mother box in the wake of detecting its presence there, going after a custodian who spots it. Victor Stone Cyborg, Ray Fisher, watches out for it in his wardrobe, and he dislikes his dad Silas, Joe Morton, for using its power on him to transform him into what he is now. Diana sees news about the ancient fire after Arthur rescues a sailor from the Tempest. He gets back to the sea and goes toward Atlantis. Steppenwolf contacts Darkseid's servant Dezid, Peter Guinness, to inform him that he got the primary mother box. Dezid chastises Steppenwolf for going off on what is believed to be a vain mission when he could be serving Darkseid on their home planet. Diana goes to track down Bruce in his home. She explains the history of the mother boxes to them and why Darkseid and his followers need it. Together, they create the Unity, which will transform the planet they are on and will replicate their planet of apocalypse. He made the parademons by using loyal followers and depleting them of their mankind. Centuries earlier, Darkseid and the parademons battled against Amazons, Atlanteans, Green Lanterns, and the gods led by Zeus, Sergi Constance, and Ares, David Thewlis. After an extraordinary and ferocious battle, Zeus and Ares seriously injured Darkseid and constrained the parademons to retreat. The boxes were separated and taken by the Amazons and Atlanteans, while the third box was concealed by man. Diana makes it urgent to Bruce that they find the boxes before Steppenwolf does. He later visits his dad Henry, Billy Crudup, in jail, who is serving a life sentence for the murder of his wife and Barry's mother Nora, even though he didn't do it. Henry is sad to see Barry going through dead-end jobs and not applying himself. Barry returns home and finds Bruce there sitting waiting for him. Bruce definitely knows who Barry truly is, and he uncovers himself as Batman by hurling a batarang, knowing Barry will be fast enough to get it. It takes little persuading for Barry to agree to join Bruce in his mission. While on Bruce's computer, Diana gets a message from Cyborg to meet him. She doesn't ask him for his assistance, Yet he is also not prepared to accept her invitation. Silas gets back and finds Victor having destroyed the spot. Silas is then taken by a Paradaman. In Gotham City, Chief Jim Gordon, J.K. Simmons, finds out about a few groups captured by the Paradamans for data on the whereabouts of the mother boxes. Gordon turns on the bat signal to call Batman. Just as he arrives to meet Diana with Barry, Steppenwolf and the Paradamans attack Atlantis as they find the second box. Princess Mera, Amber Heard, and the Atlanteans attempt to protect it and retaliate. Yet the villains overpower them. Before Steppenwolf can kill Mera, Aquaman comes in to save her. Yet Steppenwolf leaves with the box. As Aquaman attempts to leave, Mera attempts to converse with him about his mom, Atlanta. However, he is resentful and angry over hearing her name, since he believes she deserted him and his dad. Batman shows up with Wonder Woman and the Flash to meet Gordon. Before Cyborg joins them after he saw the bat signal, he informs them about the kidnappings, and Cyborg learns from the information given that the detainees are being kept on Stryker's Island. The four head there and encounter Steppenwolf and the Paradamans holding the detainees down in an underground facility underneath Gotham City Harbor. As Steppenwolf interrogates Silas, Cyborg jumps in to fight and rescue his father. The other heroes join and begin battling the villains. Subsequent to liberating the detainees, the place starts to get flooded. However, Aquaman intervenes and controls the water back to allow the others to get out safely. Cyborg then, at that point, takes off and returns with the last mother box. The heroes meet in Bruce's place where Cyborg makes sense of how the box came into the possession of Star Labs. The Nazis initially had it after the Second World War and was with the Pentagon for 70 years, before being taken out when researchers needed to study Superman's ship. Silas at last got it and used the power from the box to give Victor his robotic form. Understanding the mother boxes have inconceivable powers, the group chooses to use the last box to restore Superman and use him to fight back. Barry assists Cyborg with unearthing Superman's body. They then, at that point, figure out how to sneak into Star Labs to get access to the Kryptonian ship. At the point when they get to the Genesis chamber of the ship, they set Superman into the water, while the Flash says he can get the box enacted by creating a powerful electrical current. Before it works out, the Flash hits the box and creates the current, which resurrects Superman. This is seen by many people outside. Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, and Cyborg all stand outside as Superman descends. However, he doesn't recall what his identity is and begins scanning the others. Cyborg's self-defense system initiates without his control, and he accidentally fires at Superman. He starts to go after everybody, including the police and the military. Batman attempts to mediate yet gets caught up in the crossfire. Superman almost fries him until Lois, who had been at the scene, emerges to get Superman to calm down. He goes down to Lois and takes off with her. Steppenwolf then appears for the box. Clark and Lois return to Smallville where he reunites with Martha. The team came up with their arrangement to invade Steppenwolf's stronghold after tracking the location of the mother boxes, which Steppenwolf has now synchronized. They storm the location and fight the Paradamans. Batman fires from the Batmobile. Cyborg uses his lasers. Wonder Woman and Aquaman fly to battle them, and Flash speeds through them. At the point when they arrive at Steppenwolf, he tries to taunt Diana by telling her she was unable to protect her sisters, and lies about killing her mom. While she and Aquaman battle him, Cyborg and Flash try to make a charge to obliterate the Unity. Cyborg attempts to separate the boxes, and Steppenwolf tries to tear him apart. Flash runs at the speed of light and makes the charge, however, is interrupted by Steppenwolf. Before he can swing his hatchet to kill Cyborg, Superman joins the battle and knocks the villain against the wall. The Flash takes care of a nearby civilian family that almost gets caught in the chaos by speed pushing their car to safety. Superman shows up and joins the battle, assisting Cyborg pull the boxes apart. The mother boxes are annihilated. Angry, Steppenwolf attempts to finish them off himself. Aquaman impales Steppenwolf with his trident and flings him upward. Superman uses his ice breath to freeze Steppenwolf's axe, allowing Diana to shatter it with her sword. Now debilitated and befuddled, the Paradamans sense Steppenwolf's fear and begin to tear him apart as they are sent back to their world. The League then stands together as a team in triumph. Later on, the heroes return to their homes. Barry gets a job with the Central City Forensics Department and he lets a proud Henry know about it. Victor works with his dad at Star Labs. Arthur gets back to Atlantis to fulfill his role as king. Bruce, Diana, and Alfred look into an abandoned building to establish the Hall of Justice. Lois then writes an article stating that there is once again hope out there. The last thing we see is Superman flying up high above Metropolis. Mid-credits scene, Superman and Flash begin a race to see who is faster, with a bet placed that if Flash loses, he has to invite the others to brunch, and if he wins, he will tell everybody he beat Superman. Post-credits scene, Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg, has gotten away from jail and left a decoy in his cell. On his yacht, he is visited by Slade Wilson Deathstreak, Joe Manganiello. Lex proposes a plan to Slade that they come up with their own little team, the Legion of Doom. Now I am going to give you the history behind this movie, Justice League. Justice League is a 2017 American superhero film based on the DC Comics superhero group of a similar name. Delivered by Warner Brothers Pictures, DC Movies, Rat Pack Dune Entertainment, Atlas Entertainment, and Cruel and Unusual Films, and circulated by Warner Brothers Pictures. It is the fifth portion of the DC Extended Universe, DCEU. Coordinated by Zack Snyder and encompassed by Chris Terrio and Joss Whedon, the film includes an outfit cast including Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Amy Adams, Gal Gadot, Ezra Miller, Jason Momoa, Ray Fisher, Jeremy Irons, Diane Lane, Connie Nielsen, and J.K. Simmons. In the film, following the events of Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, 2016, Batman and Wonder Woman recruit the Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg after the death of Superman to save the world from the catastrophic threat of Steppenwolf and his army of Parademons. Thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content like this.